Characteristics of Mindanao music describes the musical characteristics of representative music selections from Mindanao after listening. Identifies the musical instruments and other sound sources of representative music selections from Mindanao. A. Describe the musical characteristics of representative music from Mindanao. B. Listen to a selected music from Mindanao. C. Identify the musical instruments and other sources of representative music selections from Mindanao. Mindanao is the second largest and southernmost island in the Philippines that consists of different ethno-linguistic groups. Mindanao ethnic groups' musical practices reflect the fusion of traditional traits. Despite the Islamic practices' dominance in popular social life, interpretations of local religions have allowed pre-Islamic artistic practices to flourish. This kind of artistic freedom proves the local society's sense of independence from anyone prominent. The sounds of the agam and gimbao signal the assembly of the participants in the performance of sacrifices by indigenous groups. The miminsad, a dance song, is also chanted as they walk before the altar. The wedding feast is another occasion where music plays a key role. Some Muslim groups play music using small and large kettle drums as an accompaniment to dancing, one of the highlights of the celebration. In Holo, the suwa-suwa is a celebrated courtship song and dance that has often been modernized for troop performances. Sagayan, a war dance in Bukidnon called the Sagayan, epitomizes the gallantry of Muslim combatants while little girls perform a festival dance wherein they wear hollow copper anklets and ring little cells to produce certain sounds, to the accompaniment of a variety of tom-tom and an indigenous xylophone. Banyas, 1975. The Tudob. In Agusan, the Tudob, a song composed of 4 notes, is sung during rice harvests. In Sulu, 4 gongs are used to produce a kind of music called the tagango. Mindanao folk music. Mindanao folk music includes the ancient Muslim folk song and dance called Estiharo, and a Mindanao folk song called Uruyan. These are usually accompanied by drums, gongs, or other percussion instruments like the sabing, a gong. Mindanao is the second largest and southernmost island in the Philippines that consists of different ethno-linguistic groups. These groups include the Lumads, namely the Sabanons of the Zamboanga Peninsula, Bukidnons, Ata Manobos, Mamanwes, Matigsalags, Agusan Manobos, Talaandigs, Camijins, and the Higaonons of Northern Mindanao and the region of Caraga, the Tibolis, Tirurays, Blaans, Saranganes, and Cotabato Manobos of the region of Soxargen, and the Obos, Mandayas, Giangans, Tagabawas, Calagons, Sangiris, and Mansaka of the Davao region, and the Moros, namely the Magindanaos, Maranaos, Tausogs, Yocons, Iranons, and the Sama, mainly concentrated within the Bangsamoro region. Characteristic of Islamic music. Isa, fluid singing is with a straight tone, especially for indigenous music. This can be achieved with a good breathing technique. 2. Malisma singing is a succession of many pitches sung while sustaining one syllable of a text. 3. Narrow singing is singing with a very limited opening of the mouth if murmuring or talking. 4. Nasal singing is singing through your nose accompanied by aik of air. Characteristic of Islamic music. Strained voice singing with muscle tension or tightness. Song phrases singing the whole complete idea of the song, story of the song, long performances. Tremolo voice is a rapid repetition of the pitch while maintaining a pitch. Mindanao music. The different ethno-linguistic groups in Mindanao have similar gongs and bamboo types of instruments used in celebrations and rituals, but they also have varied functions and different ways of playing these instruments. The instrumental music of Mindanao reflects the natural and spiritual life of the Lumad and Muslim Filipinos, as well as the influence of the Malay trade and Islam in the development of their musical instruments. Its many types show the creativity of Filipinos as they express their emotions, their life events, and their worldview. Musical instruments are important throughout Mindanao. Some indigenous instruments can be made in the community from materials readily available in the natural environment. Other instruments are made especially by trained craftsmen using materials prepared by different individuals. Many musical instruments carry symbolic significance, which appears in the ways instruments are used, decorated, named, or handled before and after use. Classification of Mindanao musical instruments. Isa, aerophones require an airstream to produce sound. They may be whirled through the air or blown into by a player. Flutes, whistles, reed instruments, and horns. Dalawa, chordophones have one or more stretchable strings attached to a frame or sound box. The sound is produced by plucking, rubbing, striking, or bowing the string. Tatlo, idiophones produce a musical sound by vibrating when the body of the instrument itself is struck, stamped, shaken, scraped, rubbed, or plucked. Apat, membranophones are instruments that have a skin or membrane stretched over a frame. The musical sound is produced by striking or rubbing the membrane or by setting the membrane into motion with sound waves. Instrumental music of Mindanao. Isa kulintang ensemble, based ensemble used by the Maguindanao and Maranao of Western Mindanao, the Tausug, the Yakan and the Samabahaw of the Sulu Archipelago. Bamboo ensemble, made for entertainment and personal expression of their spiritual faith. Gabang is a bamboo xylophone played by the Tausugs of Sulu. The instrument is made of bamboo keys of graduated sizes placed over a trapezoid-shaped sound box. The instrument is struck with two wooden mallets with a strip of rubber fastened to it. Instrumental music of Mindanao. Solo instruments is a piece or a section of a piece played or sung featuring a single performer, who may be performing completely alone or supported by an accompanying instrument. Dabakan is a percussion instrument that originated in the Philippines. It is a single-headed drum that is usually played along with the other instruments in the kulintang ensemble. The only nunggang element in the group. It has an hourglass, conical, tubular, or goblet in shape and is usually less than 2 feet tall and feet wide. The body is made from coconut or jackfruit wood that's hollowed out. The body is also intricately designed with finely carved details. The drumhead is made from deer hide, carabao skin, or goat skin. Activity 1. Listen and identify me. Directions. Listen to the folk song, No Te Vayas de Zamboanga.
No te vayas de Zamboanga, que me puedes olvidar. No te vayas, no me dejes, porque sin ti no puedo estar. No llores, paloma mía, no llores que volveré. No llores que cuando llegue, paloma mía, te escribiré. De ave, con un pedazo de papel, con la sangre de mis venas, paloma mía, te escribiré. No te vayas de Zamboanga, que me puedes olvidar. No te vayas, no me dejes, porque sin ti no puedo estar. No llores, paloma mía, no llores que volveré. No llores que cuando llegue, paloma mía, te escribiré. Con una pluma de ave, con un pedazo de papel, con la sangre de mis venas, paloma mía, te escribiré. No te vayas de Zamboanga, que me puedes olvidar. No te vayas, no me dejes, porque sin ti no puedo estar.
Sige na Zamboanga tu ay visita, bien mucho vista puede tu mirar. Puede tu andar na paso nang kakita tu kami say alito salta. Easy na pueblo tu ay anak, con las bellas monitas no pija que pija. Kay si blando el di tu corazón, dilikaw ay kay el di tuyo corazón. Si quiere tu come cangrejo ilocon, allí na tubungan tiene un montón. No lang olvida, prepara tu cajón, si en caso ay ataka el alta presión. Si hindi tu takre con este amon canción, te ofrece kami el invitación. Prueba tu bene iman bakasyon, ay sabi tu hindi kami pampahron.
No te vayas de Zamboanga, que me puedes olvidar. No te vayas, no me dejes, porque sin ti no puede estar. No llores, paloma mía, no llores que volveré. No llores que cuando llegue, paloma mía, te escribiré. Con una pluma de ave, con un pedazo de papel, con la sangre de mis venas, paloma mía, te escribiré. No te vayas de Zamboanga, que me puedes olvidar. No te vayas, no me dejes, porque sin ti no puede estar. No te vayas de Zamboanga, que me puedes olvidar. No te vayas, no me dejes, porque sin ti no puede estar.
And answer the following questions given below in Activity 2. Activity 2, answer the following based on the listening. Activity 1. 1. What is the message and function of the song? 2. Describe the song using its musical elements. Fill in the description box based on musical elements, which is on the left side of your screen. 3. Based on your answers, what can you conclude from the musical elements in the song concerning the characteristics of Mindanao music? Activity 3, Directions. Identify how the given instrument is being classified and identify how the given musical instruments produce their sounds. Write your answer on the given table below. Musical instruments of Mindanao: first, agong; second, kulintang; third, gabang; fourth, kudyapi; and last, suling.
and gentlemen, my name is Leroy and I am one of the resident naturalists in Rasaria Reserve, and today I'm going to introduce to you to one of our local musical instrument. And as of what I have got in my hand, this is a local instrument called suling. In English it would be called as flute, and this musical instrument is made out of entirely from bamboo, and just like any normal flutes, it sounds beautiful if you know how to play it right. And this musical instrument are usually played along with other musical instruments that we have, such as sompoton, tongkongan, and other musical instruments. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to join us.
Write your answer on the given table below. Remember, Mindanao ethnic groups' musical practices reflect the fusion of traditional traits. Despite the Islamic practices' dominance in popular social life, interpretations of local religions have allowed pre-Islamic artistic practices to flourish. This kind of artistic freedom proves the local society's sense of independence from any one. Prominent indigenous Philippine folklore is characterized by sacred rituals and practices and made more fervent and vibrant by the music that accompanies them. A war dance in Bukidnon, called the Sagayan, epitomizes the gallantry of Muslim combatants, while little girls perform a festival dance wherein they wear hollow copper anklets and ring little cells to produce certain sounds, to the accompaniment of a variety of tom-tom and an indigenous xylophone. Banyas, 1975. In Agusan, the Tad-Og, a song composed of 4 notes, is sung during rice harvests. In Sulu, 4 gongs are used to produce a kind of music called the Tag-Anggo. Mindanao folk music includes the ancient Muslim folk song and dance called Estiharo, and a Mindanao folk song called Uruyan. These are usually accompanied by drums, gongs, or other percussion instruments like the sabing, a gong. Filipinas Heritage Libre. Check your understanding. Before I move on to the next module, I will assure you that I understand. I will apply the lesson in. I will practice. Ito ang Quarter 3, Week 1. Keep safe, learners.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Dismiss.